Hey, it's Coach Jeremy here with Red Hawk Coaching. Hope you're having a great day. And I was asked last week about the name Red Hawk Coaching. They just said, that's a cool name, but it's kind of peculiar. It's not like action coaching or, uh, results coaching or grow coaching, all the ones that you hear out there. And so I thought I'd share with you the meaning of the name. It's actually to honor my wife's late Aunt Sandy. She passed just before I launched my coaching program back in 2017. And I named it to honor her and the importance the Red Hawk was to her. There are a couple of stories on that. So her husband, Marvin, who had passed much earlier, was a falconer in real life and had a Red Hawk. And so fast forward to the time that it was the year that she'd passed. She'd been moved into a home just outside of Austin to be taken care of. And she asked, we were coming in to visit that day, and she asked, would you pick up some Thanksgiving from Cracker Barrel? So we celebrated our Thanksgiving at the house. They had this little covered patio out back, and we got to enjoy some time together, some great conversation. At this point, Sandy was nearly blind. And we were sitting there, there's this beautiful red hawk that was sitting in the live oak tree that was just to the side of us. And we said, Sandy, I know you can't see it, but there's a red hawk in that tree. And she goes, I know, it's Marvin, her past husband. And she goes, the caretakers here tell me all the time about it and how beautiful it is and how it's always watching over me. So she wanted to go down to a creek that was just down this path. And so we pushed her down there in the wheelchair. And as we're going along this path, this red hawk continued to fly back and forth from treetop to treetop and followed us all the way down to the creek, which is very unusual for a bird of this type to do something like that. So it struck us odd and awe, and it also was kind of odd that this was happening. She couldn't see it, but she knew that red hawk was there. So fast forward to the day that she passed. So we live in suburbia Houston in a community called Kingwood. It's on the northeast side of town, and there's forest and there's a lot of red hawks. You can go out, you can see them flying around the trails, hunting during the day. And on the day that she passed, we had something happen at our house that had never happened before. And we looked out to the backyard and there was two red hawks that were sitting on the edge of the pool, drinking from the pool. Like I said, we'd had this pool for several years, and yet this had never been seen before. And we just knew that was Marvin and that was Sandy, letting us know that it was going to be okay. So I named it after Sandy and her late husband, Marvin, Red Hawk Coaching. And a lot of the things that I do, sometimes on the surface, it's hard to understand what it is, but I always like to associate a meaning with it. And I coach my clients like that too, is to create things and make things that have meaning. And so that you too can tell a story one day, whether it be to your kids or to your friends or family or to the world. So that's how I came up with Red Hawk Coaching. And if you have any other questions, I love doing these type of videos, being able to talk about the meaning of some of the things that I do, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.